What's going on, everybody? KingofDragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today I'll be having a look at the Marvel Legends Walgreens exclusive supervillains, Baron Zemo. And so here we have Baron Zemo posed and out of the packaging. Before we have a look at the figure, let's actually run through his accessories. Baron Zemo does come with two pairs of hands. We do get a right vertical hinge grip hand as well as a left fist. And then we do get a pair of grip hands with horizontal hinges. His final accessory is of course his broadsword, which looks really nice. I do like it. Other than that, Baron Zemo doesn't come with any other accessories, so with that out of the way, let's have a closer look at Baron Zemo. And so here we have a closer look at Baron Zemo, and overall Hasbro has done a really good job with this figure. I like this one much more than the Captain America Winter Soldier series of Baron Zemo that we got. Not that that was a bad figure, I just really like the way this one came out. He has a lot more going on for him, and I think he looks a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. As far as the head sculpt goes, really like this head sculpt. They did a really good job capturing his mask as well as his crown. I'm not a fan of the swirly twirly plastic that they used for his earpieces right here. It would have been nice if they was just molded in one color and they painted the gold so it looked the same color. It does catch the light really nicely, so I do gotta give it that. But yeah, you can see how this catches the light perfectly because it's molded in gold plastic and then this is painted, so yeah, it doesn't really catch the light as well as these earpieces. But I do like the way the mask comes down, and they did a really good job of making it very uniform. If you straighten his head out perfectly, the lines all line up. So I really like that little detail that every line from the mask ends up right here on the bottom of his cowl. It looks really nice. Really good job by Hasbro there. And I especially love the purple that they went with. It's almost on the pink side of purple, at least for the top part of his outfit. This part, we have a more violet going into the blue spectrum of purple, and it does a really good job of contrasting. You can see that the plastic is used on the arm is different from his torso, which that's to be expected. The arm is a softer plastic, this is a harder plastic, so there is some color difference. But in normal lights and under normal circumstances, you're not going to be able to see it. So I do like that. I really love the fact that they added these little fuzzies to his shoulders. The fur that he has right there is done really nice, and they did a really good job spotting it. It does look like spotted fur, so really good job there. Kind of upset he doesn't have a butterfly joint. It would have been nice if he did have one behind all this fluff. That would have been really cool. Now, as far as the figure goes, I know he does share some parts from some of the newer supervillain figures. Like, I believe the arms are the same arms that Red Skull uses. I don't have that Red Skull figure, so I really can't compare, but I do want to say that the arms are from Red Skull, so it is some reuse, some new stuff, but the new stuff does look good. You can see his belt right here is still done in that marbleized plastic, which it's okay, it's not perfect, but it does do its job nicely, and you can see it does have a really nice shine to it. I believe his torso is from the Bucky Cap mold, that he has the Bucky Cap waist, legs, all the way down to the boots. So that is a little bit unfortunate that he is almost like a mishmash of old and new parts. I do like the fact that his gloves carry that same line work that his mask does, not really a helmet, and they did a good job painting the lines on it, so I gotta give them credit there. Then moving on to his legs, like I said, they are using the Bucky Cap legs, which again, I don't really have any negative connotation or negative things to say about it. It works for what it is, but they are phasing it out, and you can see that these still use the pins where his elbows don't use the pins. So yeah, if that bothers you, unfortunately there's really not much you can do about it. Me, I'm unfazed by it, to be quite honest. Then we go on to his boots, where he has the fur on his boots as well, and they did a good job painting here as well. I believe these are the first time we're seeing these boots. If not, they were used by Kraven the Hunter, and if they weren't, they should be used by Kraven, because these are some really nice boots that I would like to see with Kraven, and then just give him combat boots for his feet. That would look really nice. Really do like the yellow that they went with for his boots, and because his boots are molded in this yellow plastic, it is all singular. You don't have to paint the yellow and make it very different, because if you compare the yellows right here, you can see there is a slight difference in the way that it is designed, because I believe his arm is purple. Let's actually just pull his hand out really fast. Oh no, his purple is painted. His forearm is actually molded in yellow. That's surprising. Knowing Hasbro, they normally mold it in purple and then would have painted the yellow, but no, they actually molded this entire piece of his arm in purple, and the paint does a good job matching. So really impressed by that. But overall, Baron Zemo here is a very nice looking figure, aesthetically pleasing to the eye, and he looks just like you would expect classic Zemo to look. So really good job there. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get Baron Zemo pose for and compare to other figures you may have in your collection. Here we have Baron Zemo pose next to a Marvel Legends Cyclops and a DC Multiverse Superman. Here we have Baron Zemo pose next to a WWE Elite Scale figure and a Mezco 1/12 Collective Popeye the Sailor Man. Here we have Baron Zemo posed next to a Lightning Collection White Ranger and a Star Wars Black Series Mandalorian. And for one final comparison, here we do have the supervillains Baron Zemo posed next to the Winter Soldier Baron Zemo. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's have a look at Zemo's articulation. Now he does have a double ball joint in the head, which does let him look up quite a bit. He does look down really nicely, and he does get some really good head tilt. He does turn left and right, no problem. I would have liked to see a hinge as well, just to give him a little more movement, but it still works for what it is. He just has your regular pin and socket for the shoulder, so it only goes all the way around for a full 360. And these are sandwiched in between his shoulder and the torso, so these do rotate independently, or you can rotate with them, so do keep that in mind. Arms do go out to the side really nicely. He does have a bicep sole, which works good. Now this is the only part of the articulation I'm not a fan of, his elbow. It's a double bend in the elbow, but oh my goodness, that is one of the worst elbow joints I have ever seen. Just look at that. Nobody's arm flexes like that, and there's really no good way to have it. Like, his arm just looks detached no matter how you bend the arm. It's good range, but it breaks up the mold so much. It looks very bad no matter how you have it, so that is unfortunate. He has a hinge in the torso, which does let him lean back and forward quite a bit. Does rotate here at the waist. Legs do kick forward to about right there, which is pretty impressive. Goes back to about there. Out to the side. They're pretty respectable, to be quite honest. Thigh swivel works good. Then we have a double bend here in the knee. We do have rotation here at the foot, or at the boot. Then we do have a hinge in the ankle that goes back and forward. So overall, Baron Zemo has some pretty good articulation. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually have him pose for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And so here we have the Marvel Legends Supervillains Walgreens exclusive Baron Zemo pose for my final thoughts. And overall, Baron Zemo here is a fantastic figure. I really love the new parts that went into this figure, and I love the more comic book inspired look. Don't get me wrong, I really did like the Baron Zemo that came out with the Winter Soldier series. Or was it Civil War? I don't remember, but yeah, I really did like that figure. But this one, I think, is a much better figure, both aesthetically and just visually. He is a very nice looking figure to look at. Despite the fact his elbows are a little bit I still feel like the rest of the figure is really solid. The amount of work that Hasbro put into this figure using older parts, as well as sculpting some new parts for him, perfect. Everything about this figure is everything you want out of Baron Zemo. Now, the main issue I have with this Baron Zemo figure is that he is a Walgreens exclusive, which Walgreens has been kind of hard to get their exclusive figures lately. Don't get me wrong, online they can pop up here and there, but most of the time you can walk into Walgreens and they don't have anything available, and that's kind of sad. I would have liked to see Baron Zemo part of the main supervillains line, and then another off character like the Hood or Arcade be the one that was the exclusive. Baron Zemo here showed up in the main line, and I don't understand why Hasbro made him an exclusive figure. He's really solid and really good, and if you're a fan of the character or just want a new updated Baron Zemo to add, you're gonna have to find him at Walgreens, which is unfortunate. Now, I did pick up mine from Walgreens.com. Like I said, he is going up and down online pretty frequently, so you just got to keep checking Walgreens.com to see if he's available in stock, and if he is, throw him in the cart and check out, because you don't want to miss out on Baron Zemo. With that being said, guys, I'm KingofDragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, go ahead and check out all my other action figure reviews, as well as all my other Marvel Legend videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, and as always, ring that bell to be notified anytime I upload a video. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.